Hey, this is Max and welcome back to another CSR2 video. I am here with the golden cup for the Hennessey Exorcist. I'm going to go ahead and put my Exorcist in. Mine is currently running 2 stage 6s, which I got when I first got the car. So this Hennessey Exorcist is running 2 stage 6s, um, both of which I got during the milestone season. And it is one is a body and the other is a tire. So that's what I'm running right now. Okay, so I watched some videos of a fully maxed Hennessey, and I know that the idea is to shift right away into second and then kind of run it out near perfect to perfect for the rest of it, and that should give you a decent run. The problem is, of course, that's not what I'm getting because I'm actually running much slower than dyno. So I am going to try some other techniques and see if I can find a way to get this car to actually run on dyno or better than dyno. All right, so let's try again. This time I'm going to wait a little bit longer before I shift into second and nitrous. The bottom line is that it is second and nitrous. The question is, how can I get this car to run quicker than what it's dynoing? Because I'm going to need about a 9.0 run, and that's actually, in fact, what my dyno is. The problem is, of course, the car's not doing it. That's the problem. So figuring that out is going to be most of the task as I'm going through these 30 races. Okay, one more time. Let's see. I'm going to try to, again, get a perfect launch. And this time I'm going to wait till red line before shifting. I mean, not red line, but near perfect before shifting out of first. Still nitrous second. Try not to bounce the needle. Just kind of doing perfect shifts without bouncing the needle. That looks like it was a little better than the other two runs, actually. 9.170. So that was better. All right, so let's see what else we can do here. Let's add some gas while we're at it. Okay. Oh, speed trap. 146. This should not be hard at all. Let's try to do this. Ah, 250. And that was a pretty bad run. For some reason, I didn't get a shift or nitrous in on the first gear. It is what it is. All right, 250 mile per hour. Not too bad considering target speed is only 146. All right, here we go. All right, that time I went to second a little bit earlier. I'm still going to shift the rest of them the same way and see what happens. Wow, that was even better. So somewhere between immediately shifting to second and shifting to second at perfect seems to do the trick. Had a really good 0 to 60. That's what you need. And then a decent 0 to 100. Okay, so I'm going to try to duplicate that again and hopefully get it into the 9.0 somethings. And then I would be actually on dyno. Okay, here we go. All right. All right. Got to remember what I did last time. I don't think this one's good. Should have shifted in a little bit later at 60 mile per hour maybe. Yeah, definitely worse. Okay, so that was not good. One is I didn't get a perfect launch, and two, I shifted a little bit, probably a hair too early, so it killed the 0 to 60. You see that? Killed it, killed that. All right, let's try one more time. Since we got 30 races, I got plenty of chances to practice. Oh, another speed trap. 160, there should be no problem. I'm going to try not to botch it this time and see what I can do on the speed trap. Definitely a little bit faster than last time. 255. Target speed is 160. So far, no problem. I don't think the final target speed is going to be much over 255. At least I hope not. Okay, the next one here. All right, let's try to get that perfect launch without... All right, didn't get a perfect launch. I did shift into second right around 61 mile per hour. So 0 to 60 probably looks okay. However, I think that perfect launch actually makes a difference because for some reason, if whenever you don't have it, the time's a little bit slower. Again, 0 to 60 looks okay. This was not so good though. So, all right, let me see what I can do here again. Next run. All right, here we go. All right, so it looks like I'm gonna have to let go a little bit earlier. One of my concerns is I don't want to get a zero RPM drop. I didn't get it that time, but I still shifted into second a hair too early. I need to make sure I catch it right around 60 mile per hour. That seems to be part of the trick here. Still, I did a 9.131. So perfect launch versus not perfect launch, you're talking about an easy, tenth difference just from that. That's very interesting. I'm going to have to try to do more of these perfect launches. But I also know that with the way this car is, if you launch perfect, you may get a 0 RPM drop. So it's kind of a balancing act there. All right, let's take a look. Oh, this is the speed trap. Okay, this one should be easy because what you can do is launch it, hit nitrous right away, and then boom. It does like a 1.90 to 100, so it's a pretty fast car when it comes to that. The first computer only did 4.1. You're doing 1.9. I think we'll be okay with the sprints. All right, back to racing. All right, again. So trying to get that was not as good. That was a little bit early. Maybe it'll be okay. We'll see. But I was trying to get perfect, but I actually got it too early that time. Oh, didn't seem to hurt the time much. So slightly early is actually better than slightly late, it looks like. Look at that. 9.140. All right, so I'm right there now. I'm right there. I just need to get a few hundreds off of this. I can get into the 9.0s and actually hit dyno. All right. All right. Here we go. All right, let's time that needle. Oh, there's that 0 RPM drop. Crap. All right, that's really going to hurt my time. Although at this stage, it won't affect my ability to win, but it's going to kill the run. So that's the 0 RPM drop I was dreading. It's right in the middle of the perfect, and if you get your needle to drop right on that at the time of go, you're going to get a 0 RPM drop and you're screwed. So little early, little late in the perfect. So even though the perfect is a range of green, you want to hit either at the beginning of the green or a little bit towards the later half of the green, but not right that middle in the middle because you're going to get a 0 RPM drop. All right, 183 speed trap. Again, we've been doing 255, so it should be no problem. $256 this time, even better. Right. So again, I am running this entire race so far with 2 stage 6s. Body, which is a big one, in fact, the top one, and tire, which is okay. It's not bad. Whew, okay, let's try to launch it without getting into... I think the earlier shifts, if you can get it like right around there, that's the best. Shifting too early out of those gears doesn't seem to help the time either. 9.127 is the best run I've done so far. That was a slightly off late perfect. It's actually late, but just a hair late on the launch. And kind of shifting it again out of gear right around 60 something, which gives us a nice 0 to 60 and a decent 0 to 100, which seems to add to ultimately a good time. But again, I'm still in the 9.1, so I haven't hit a 9.0 yet. Now, I watched Zukar's shift pattern for the fully maxed Hennessey. And the way he shifts is that he launches perfect, but then he immediately shifts to second and then nitrous out. Let me show you how that works when you don't have a fully maxed car. You just don't get the same benefit because the gearing's different. Okay, so that's how he kind of did his run. I'm not saying I'm doing it perfectly. It's just the way I saw it on the video. If you notice, doing it that way with a partially built car doesn't get you anywhere near the time that you're looking for. So when you have a partially built versus a fully built car, you can't rely fully on a fully built car shift pattern. You still have to play with yours to figure out where the pattern needs to be to do the best you can based on the parts you actually have. Another 0 to 100. Again, I'm going to launch and then use nitrous right away. That gets you a really quick 0 to 60 and 0 to 100. 1.858. Okay, easy peasy. So again, sprints, no problem at all with this car because it has a really fast sprint. It's also actually got a really decent top speed too, so it's pretty good on both ends. Tempest 3 possibility right there. All right, now remember I just did a sprint, and with the sprint, if you notice, I did a really good 0 to 60, 0 to 100. So what if we drive our car like that? What if we try to do what I just did, which is nitrous right away and then kind of shift that way? Maybe we can get an even better time out of the car. Let's see what it does. Not bad, but not great. Let me see. What did I get? 9.166. All right. So I used nitrous immediately off launch and then try to shift into second right around 60 some, just like I did normally if I didn't use nitrous right away. So 0 to 60 definitely improved. 0 to 100 was good too, but we don't know what's going on back here. Top speed certainly dropped a little bit, so it could be ultimately that's why it hurt the time. So it looks like we're still better off going with kind of not using nitrous immediately and just hitting it when you go into second. Now again, that perfect launch, 0 RPM drop, ouch. That perfect launch is still the key here, but that launch is not easy to get perfect. So it's hard to get a perfect launch. Who would have guessed? And cars that are finicky like this with launching can also be finicky in live, which makes it a little concerning for me. You know, if you're racing it in live and you get a perfect somehow and you get a 0 RPM drop, kind of ruins your day. So, got to think about that before you take this car into live. Although this is a dyno buster, so there's a way to tune this car to kind of dyno a second slower and still run the time. And you can launch late or early; it wouldn't make a difference at that point. So there's always that. All right, moving right along. Speed trap, 213. It's getting closer and closer to what I'm actually running, and that's a worry. $255. Maybe 256. Yep, 256. Let's just hope the speed traps don't get much over that 250 mark. All right. Okay, so let me see if I can get that perfect launch. Too early. This one's not going to be a good run. I really should shift out of first right around 5,000. I think that's right around 65 miles per hour. It seems to get us some of the best runs. This was a little bit too early out of first gear, but it seems to still produce a decent run, just not as good as some of my others. Notice the 0 to 60 definitely suffered, although the 0 to 100 was okay. All right, let's try the next run. We're starting to get faster. All right, here we go. All right, so I take that back. You really don't need to wait till it hits 5,000. It's actually right around, it'll hang around 4,800 for a bit. And once you see the mile per hour hit a certain point, you can go ahead and shift out of it. 9.130 is definitely one of the quicker runs. So let's take a look at the 0 to 60 again. So this one should be a pretty fast 0 to 60 because I shifted after. So yep, 0.9, 1.49, yeah, right around there. If I can improve on this, I can improve on that. It may be I can improve on this just by shifting better. If I shift better in the later gears, I may be able to get the car to run in a way that's even better. Let's give that a shot. Ah, killed it. Little too early there. Wait. May still work out. Oh, that was the best run I've done yet. 9.107. Let's take a look at the numbers here. The 0 to 100 is what made the difference there. Look, yes, the 0 to 60 is slower, but the 0 to 100 actually got faster, and therefore my time got better. Interesting. Let's try that again. Later. All right. So what I did there was I actually hit this. I let it get to like 30 mile per hour or so, and I shifted out. I thought I was too early, but it actually turned out to be a better run. Let's give it a shot again to try to shift out of it just a hair early like that. Now, that one felt like it had a little pause when it shifted into second, so it may hurt us. So I may need to just eke out just a hair more of speed before I should. Yeah, that one was a little bit slower. Let me see. Probably hurt us on the 0 to 100 there. Yep, 0 to 100 suffered. But even this suffered a little bit. Okay, let's try again. Getting to the slightly faster opponents here, but I'm actually excited because I'm starting to figure out a little bit about how to drive this thing. All right, let's try again. That one felt better. Let's see if it is, in fact, better. Nope. Actually slower. Oh, not that bad. 9.141, but it's not a 9.107. Let's see what we have here. All right, so 1.297, 1.46. Again, this 0 to 100 seems to be the key here. If I can reduce this, I can get a better time. All right, let's keep trying. Okay. Now, it still goes back to launching. If I can get it to launch right there, it'll be best. I've been getting a lot of this. Maybe once in a while I get there, but if I put it right there, it goes to 0 RPM. So again, it's kind of a finicky car when it comes to that. All right, let's see if this one's a good run or not. It didn't feel bad, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm now consistently getting into the 9.1 somethings, but again, I'm still kind of fighting with this to try to figure out what's the best way to get the best time out of it. Let's add some gas so we're ready for the final few runs. I will get a stage 6, so at some point, I think this time will get me through race 28, which is good. So that'll get me my final stage 6, and with that installed, I should be able to get through this entire cup. Okay, again, trying to launch just a hair earlier. Oh, that kills it. I hate that. Just a hair earlier got me a 0 RPM drop. Not only that, I may even lose this race. All right, so it gave me the race, but my first time attack attempt is pretty pathetic. 9.838. All right. Take a deep breath. You can do this. Okay, so again, perfect launch, but not 0 RPM drop. Right, so we're winning the race. That's no problem. That was actually not a bad run. 9.1 something, 141 according to the computer, which is good. That's enough to get me through race 27. Here we're coming up on the next one, which is 28. Now this guy ran a 9.8. If the next guy runs like a 9.6, obviously I have no problem, but I don't know. I think 28 is going to jump a bit as far as the target time. Okay, time attack. My best is now 9.140. Okay, let's go. Opponent's faster, but not enough to even catch up to me. Don't get me a duplicate stage 6, please. 9.477 was the target number for that run. What do I get? Transmission. Transmission's good. Transmission is right there with tire, dropping your time by about 0.2. Ah, excellent. I will take it. I am going to go install it. I'll be right back. 9.14 only puts me at about 12,000 rank. Wow, that's a lot of fast cars out there. Transmission installed, tweaked, and ready to roll. Let's see what this car will run now. I actually did not dyno it, so I'm not sure what it's supposed to do. I just threw the part on, collected my freshly restored Pontiac Judge, and then jumped right back in here. What did I run? 8.8. Yes, excellent. So it went from a 9.0 dyno to an 8.8 dyno, probably, because I know it does about 0.2. So now I am definitely going to be able to beat race 30. Because race 30 is only hard, and generally speaking, unless it's on extreme, even on like beginning of extreme, you still have a chance. So hard, I should definitely beat it. Even if they give me a slightly harder opponent running 8.9s, I know I can now beat this cup. All right, let's take our final shot here. 8.837 is what I ran earlier. Come on, do it. Here we go. Yes, took out the GTX on that run. How did I run? A little bit slower than last time, but not bad. 8.855. 9.014 was the target number there. So obviously with the body and tire, the two that I had before, it wasn't going to be enough. I needed this transmission to get through. Thank God I didn't get the intake, because intake basically gives you nothing. Engine would have given me about a 1/10, which it would have made it kind of close. Same thing with turbo. Now, if I had gotten nitrous, that was a big one too. That probably would have pushed me into the 8.7, 8.6 range. And, you know, so I pretty much lucked out pretty good on this season's Golden Cup, because I had two decent stage 6s to start with, one being one of the big boys, and that's the body, which is the top stage 6. And I had tire, which, while it's not a top one, it's somewhere in the like third or fourth in the list. So the breakdown really goes body, nitrous, tire, trans, engine, and then turbo, and then intake in that order. So obviously having 3 of the top 4 made life a lot easier. But that being said, I still needed the fusions, so I had to, you know, burn some gold, burn some other things just to kind of get the fusions exactly where I needed. But generally speaking, with full fusions, you can easily do this with the 2 top stage 6s, and without full fusions, you're going to need probably 3, 4, maybe possibly even 5 stage 6s, depending on how many epic fusions you're missing. Okay, so that concluded the Golden Cup right there. I'm going to go ahead and finish up now. Let's go back to lobby. Well, actually, let me see where I ended up ranking-wise. 6489, good enough for me. I'm not really a ranking guy. I don't really try to chase the global leaderboard. You know, I do watch some of these guys pull some incredible times, and I'm very impressed with that. But I know how my driving is, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I'm good. 8.83, I'm happy. So that was the Golden Cup. I got through that. So what about this car? What am I going to do with this thing now? Is this thing any good elsewhere? Well, first of all, Dyno says 8.789, and the best I ran was an 8.835. That means you're running slower than Dyno. That's never a good thing when it comes to live racing, right? If you're not running under dyno or even on dyno, you're going to eventually have a harder time being competitive in live racing. This car, though, has an interesting feature. It has a cliff drop tune. Just like that, I just lost, what, 600, 500 Evo right there, right? That translates to an 8.78 to a 9.8 dyno. That's a second slower. But guess what? That is actually recognized by the computer as your new dyno. All right, let's test run this and let me show you something. Okay, and then we'll look at the, whoops. We'll look at the time that it runs. I had a little hiccup there with the buttons. That's why I was going. 901. Okay, that's what I ran. That's a dyno. Was that almost a full second, right? Okay. Does that work? It can't work. It can't be that crazy, can it? Oh, yes, it can. And this is very common with quite a few cars in the game. So let's now go into live and take a look at that. Looking at the live lobby right here. Okay, let's go in there. Looking for racers. Now, if the 9.8 dyno is recognized, I should be in the 9.8 lobby. So these guys should be running somewhere around 9.8s to 9.6s. Wait, how did that just turn from a Regera to a Porsche? Magic. Magic. All right, let's hope this Porsche is not going to magically kick my butt too. All right, let's go. Now, I am not going to run all out this round because I need to make sure I don't come in here and run an 8.9 by accident and get myself kicked to a really fast lobby. So I am not going to even use Nitrous. And I'm going to slow down a lot. A little too much. A little, ooh, not too much. Perfect. Ooh, that was a close one. All right, so he only ran a 10.1. That means my 9.8 dyno put me in the 10.1 lobby, or at least 10.0, 9.9 lobby. I think sometimes you could lobby 9.9 and still run poorly. So I am super competitive in this lobby. So that was a super competitive position for my car to be in, right? If this lobby is full of cars still running 10s, and I can run 8.9, I mean, I can basically do whatever I feel like with these opponents. If I want to win, I just stay in front of them. I don't want to win, I can slow down extra. I mean, I almost slowed down a little too much on the last run, but bottom line is I have lobby control. I can choose to win, I could choose not to win, whatever. Okay, this guy is not going to connect with me. I dread to hit the back button because sometimes it'll kick you out of the lobbies by doing this part. And boom. Oh, no, I'm still in the same lobby. Good. All right. Alessio from Spartan Elite. Now, this is a car that can also bust dyno. Depending on how he has it tuned, he could easily run well under the time that the other guy ran. But running a few different people in the lobby gives you a feel for where you are. Again, this car does not need Nitrous to hit well under dyno. So I'm not even going to hit Nitrous. I'm just going to, and I'm not even going to hit past fourth gear. And I'm going to slow down a lot. Constant. Oh, no, too much. Can't double shift down. That usually will kill your time. What I was really curious about is what he's going to run. 10.0. So, again, I'm dynoing 9.8, and the opponents are running 10.0. So I'm actually in the 10.1 or 10.2 lobby. I'm actually 2 lobbies down from where my dyno is. So this is very good. I'm not going to mess with this more at this point. I'm just giving you a heads up what this car can do. At over 1,000 Evo, if I beat somebody, I can still get my full RP, almost full RP. I'm actually looking at probably 1,300 plus RP per run. Let's see if we get that. That means I have to actually win this one. All right, that was not good. I'm going to use the nitrous to push myself out. Okay, oh, he's catching up. No! All right, so he ran. I just lost 2 there. That's the downside to this car. When you're trying to control it, you can easily hurt yourself by going too slow or um, eh. All right, so I went too slow on those 2 runs. I'm doing this on purpose to a point because I want to actually stay in this lobby. I don't want to just get bumped instantly to a faster lobby. So this probably is the 10.0 lobby, which has variants of cars anywhere from 10.2 all the way to 9.8. And I'm on the faster end of the lobby with a 9.8 dyno. So that means if I run dyno, I will still win and hopefully not get pushed past into faster lobbies. All right. So this time I'm going to definitely win because the guy disconnected. All right. So there's no point to shift into 4th. I'm just going to stay in 3rd. And race is void. Okay, so he disconnected right at the line for whatever reason. All right, so back we go. One more try. But again, let's take on Alessio again. He's happy to accept, of course. He just beat me last time. Of course he's happy to accept. All right. All right, let's go. Maybe this time I won't lose. Oh, maybe I'll lose again. All right, that's okay. With Nitrous, though, I can still win this pretty easily. I'm going to be pulling well ahead. And I'll slow down. I think he was not happy with that result. He ran pretty hard on that one. I did dyno. He did 9.9. Almost dyno. I'm actually still a little bit slower than dyno. Okay, so looks like if I do a 0 RPM drop, I can run my dyno time. Hey, that's one way to do it, right? Instead of launching nice, just get the 0 RPM drop and then launch and go. I'm going to try that again. Okay, one more try before I leave the lobby. Let me, who else beat me before? Oh, this guy beat me before. If I can challenge him. Oh, here we go. All right, let's see if I can take him down this time. Okay, ready? All right, revenge. At least we hope it's revenge and not embarrassment. Okay. Right, here we go. Oh, this time it's not good. I got a good launch. That means I have to be careful here. I'm a little too far ahead. He's coming. He is coming. Oh, and I win. Now, this one, I think I ran 9.7 something. 9.9. Okay, so I did good. I actually kept my time pretty well controlled. I'm getting the hang of this. Notice the RP is pretty good. You can kind of just edge out everybody in the lobby as you see fit. I only did 188 mile per hour to beat him because I was slowing down like crazy at the end. Okay, all right. So that was the Dyno Buster car in a live race lobby. You don't want to use it to its full potential in the sense that if you run 8.5s all the time or 8.9s, you won't stay in this lobby for more than a few races. It's going to kick you. But live racing definitely can use this car. I'm getting challenged. Should I? Yeah, I'm going to accept. All right, I'm going to leave the lobby on a loss. And I do that on purpose because generally, oh, wait, I'm not going to connect, so it doesn't matter. Generally, if you leave on a loss, it helps, in my opinion, to prevent you from getting a bump. But if you leave the lobby on a really fast run, whether you win or lose, it probably isn't going to help you. I would say the reason I'm leaving on a loss is because I leave on a really slow run. I run the car very slowly, and then I leave the lobby with that being my last logged run. And hopefully the next time I come back into the lobby, I won't be bumped up into a faster one. And let's go back to home lobby now and conclude this video. That was the Golden Cup run with the Hennessey Exorcist. I am not going to burn bronze keys to get more parts for this car. There's many reasons. One is I don't really run in really fast lobbies, so I don't care if my car is lacking a bunch of stage 6s and is running 8s or 9s. I'm perfectly happy in those lobbies. The car is a dyno buster. It's an easy live racing winning car. I could always use this car when I'm in desperate need of keys and I just don't feel like dealing with people beating me. But generally speaking, I don't like cars that beat dyno this much. It's inconsistent. It's hard to control. If anything, the LB Aventador is still one of my more favorite cars because you don't need to do any trick tuning and it beats dyno by about 2/10, which is actually a very safe and good margin to have a dyno beating car in. Not that being said, this is a great car though. I mean, if it beats dyno by a second, it's right up there with the Under Pressure, the Quinton Camaro. It looks like all these Camaros are the beasts when it comes to running a second under. Of course, there's good old Dodges. Dodge Vipers all do it too. The ACR, the ACR Extreme Aero, and even the regular Viper can easily be tuned to bust dyno by a full second and a half or so. With dyno being ultimately the main reading of where you're being placed in live, even if you can beat dyno, you really shouldn't beat dyno by too much. You're ultimately going to kill your car. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the Golden Cup with me. I certainly learned quite a bit about the different ways I have to tweak the shifts. I have still more to learn and more to practice before I can really get good with this car. And that 0 RPM drop is always lurking in the background and makes me slightly nervous. So that being said, I like the car. I'm certainly going to keep using it and play with it, but it does have its idiosyncrasies, and some of it is a little bit nerve-wracking, particularly the 0 RPM drop. If you have the parts, I mean, certainly that go through and try to get through the Golden Cup. If you were pulling gold keys and you didn't luck out this season, get this car. Don't stress. There's so many good cars in this game. You really shouldn't be hung up on the idea that I must have this one car or not. You will get chances. Natural Motion keeps putting new cars out constantly. We are getting now Golden Cups almost every single season, which wasn't the case 2 years ago. So you're in a good time in this game. You will always get an opportunity to get a new car. You get your milestone cars, which now less and less so suck, because in the beginning when they introduced the milestone cars weren't very good. They've since fixed all that. Most of those old milestone cars are upgraded now and they're great. And these new ones, as this Hennessey was, in fact, a milestone car, as you can see, these new ones are quite good. And these Golden Cups really are meant to give those players who went through the milestone and got the car a chance to build it more, get some more parts, and have fun in an event. So if you don't have the car, it doesn't mean that you're going to miss out on every single golden event down the line. As you get more milestone cars, you will more and more often go into a Golden Cup with a car already in your garage. Hey, let me know what you think. If you got any tips on driving this car, do let me know. I'm still, again, struggling to even hit dyno with it. If you have other comments, feel free to make them. I always like comments on my videos. And please, if you like my videos, leave a like, subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications. And as always, thank you for watching my videos, and I'll catch you next time.